today. We're excited about what we're bringing to the market with this project. Before we get into it, a little bit of legal buzzkill. Important risk disclaimer. Here's the punchline of all of this. I'm not going to read it to you. You can take a screenshot of it, but here's the punchline. Trading is risky. If you're familiar with trading and you've been around a while, you know what I'm saying is true. If you're not familiar with trading, you could look at these returns and go, oh, this is easy squeezy. I want to get in. I'm going to make all this money. Yes, but you do have risk. And it's important to be mindful of this and not to be dismissive of it because when we're marketing this, we have a legal obligation to do that. Secondly, it's just the right thing to do is to let people know there's a reason you get these kinds of returns. That's because you're taking risk. Now, can you mitigate the risk? Yes. If you're diligent about going through your analysis of traders and getting connected with a mastermind group that is keen on getting the same results, that would be us. But here's the punchline right at the bottom. Never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. If you take that phrase and employ that phrase, you'll be just fine. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert Burns. I'm here in the Seattle, Washington area in the USA in the lovely Pacific Northwest. We've just had a few days of sun, which is unusual for us. So we're out enjoying it as I was this morning on a quick hike before the call. And you're maybe asking, wait a minute, I didn't think Americans could be in RoboForex, and you'd be right. I have the benefit of being married to a dual citizen, and her daughter also is a dual citizen, Alexandra. Anna, my wife, is a U.S. citizen and a Romanian citizen. So I get, in this case, to fly under the flag of my wife's citizenship. My son and I are from the U.S. originally. He's in Bozeman, Montana. Our daughter is in Bran, Romania, right near Brașov. Just gave birth to a lovely baby boy, and I'm delighted to report I am a grandfather for the first time, and we see him just about every morning on FaceTime, and it's wonderful. For fun, I like to fly fish and play the bass guitar. I was actually playing it a little bit this morning, not as much as I would have liked, but I try to do that to get my energy right for this call each time we have it. Now, on to the professional stuff. I am a big fan of Forex. I've been involved with Forex for 2004. That doesn't mean I'm a good trader. That just means I've been dabbling for that period of time. I got initiated into it. Frankly, didn't take it seriously. Now the last 2 years, I've taken it very seriously, and not big surprise, my skills have improved. I'm still not considering myself ready to be anywhere near being ready to be a copy trader because of the consistency that is required to do that. I do trade for my own account though. And so I'm willing, to be responsible for losses I make. I don't want to be responsible to others just yet. Real estate is a favorite asset of mine. I've been involved with that since the mid 80s and like it a lot, especially commercial investment real estate. And then crypto, also been involved with that a long while and probably always will be, unless the government does something to shut it down. I don't think that'll happen. But and then lastly, internet and team building. I've done a lot of both of those, team building and internet marketing. I've done since my hair was a different color. And I'm very, very happy to be involved with a company like this and a business partner like Robert Russell, because we aspire to do some big things here. And crazy idea. I think we're going to. So what are we going to get into today? We're going to get into copy trading and what that's all about. We're going to get into the solidity of the broker, why that's important. Withdrawals, obviously want to get your money out. Compounding daily, how does that work? Albert Einstein called that the eighth wonder of the world, and you'll see why. Then we'll get into the affiliate part. Note the word optional next to that. You don't have to be an affiliate. You can just simply be a client and park your money in the hands of a good copy trader and enjoy passive income. And that may be all you want to do. And we love you. Welcome. Then at the end, we'll do a drawing. In fact, 2 drawings today. If we have a tie on the affiliate prize money, then we'll do a drawing on it. But whoever has the most guests, and the guests do need to have their own separate Zoom, and they do need to be here for the whole event, not show up, 3 minutes before we do the drawing. That does not work. And my friend, the Irish cop, will keep an eye on that. So I say that with great love and great deference. We have a lot of Irish cops in this country, particularly in Boston. So what we're going to get into today, and this is such an exciting topic, how many here would like to create more wealth in your life? How many would like to have passive income coming in, making money while you sleep? What if it worked? What if you had the ability to do that? Musa says, me too, Musa. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Musa Jallo, I totally concur. You know, the idea that you can create wealth, you know, who was it that said that? Warren Buffett said, if you haven't found out a way to make money, if you haven't found a way to make money while you're sleeping, you will work your whole life. In other words, you have to be able to figure out how to have passive income and generate money while you're sleeping. We're going to show you how to do that. That is, I would say that is very, very near to the definition of wealth. Enough money that you could do whatever you want to do, not have to look over your shoulder and have money coming in consistently. How would that change your life? What would you be doing if that was the case? I'd have you ponder that. Now, at the end, we're going to do a drawing. This is an example of what we do when we do that. This is just a small sampling of people that have won the $100. This particular fellow is also from the same island that Robert is from, different country in this case. He's from Northern Ireland. Robert is from Ireland, but Don Murray won the drawing. Don is a avid trader, and you do have this choice. If you win the drawing and you have trading skills, you can either be with a copy trader, you can choose the copy trader, or if you have developed the skills yourself, as Don had, he had the opportunity to trade himself. He turned his $100 into $200. This actually says 10,000 and 20,000, but these are really pennies. Notice up here it says cent. These are cents. 10,000 cents and $100. He turned that into $200 in a very short period of time. And if you have the skills that you want to do that, you can do that. We're happy to accommodate either you trading manually or you using the copy trading, whatever you want to do. Now, speaking of manual trading, what is manual trading? What does manual trading mean to you? Is that something that appeals to you? Maybe, maybe not. Because here's why on the not side of the ledger. Let me go back. On the yes side of the ledger, you control your own destiny completely. You don't have to look in the mirror or you don't have to look over your shoulder. You can do whatever you want when you're manually trading. You can earn as much as you want. There's no limits, and you don't have to be dependent on anybody else. That's the plus side. The negative side of that equation is you got to have some skills. I mean, straight up, this is not easy. It's not simple. It's as active as it gets. You got to be in the fight, in the ring, fighting the bulls and bears on a constant basis. And that's something that it's not easy, and definitely not for everybody. You know, the person that has money and has a lot of time and just says, look, I just want to make passive income. Manual trading is not for them. They just want passive income. But if you're that person that does want this can be a very exciting endeavor. And, you can learn how to do this. A good example of that is my Irish partner, Robert Russell. He is becoming a very skilled trader in his own right. He's still not copy trading yet, but I think he's getting close. I think you're going to see the day where, we have a Robert Russell copy trader. You'll never know who it is because we're going to keep his identity anonymous. But, there's a day coming, I suspect, where he may be in that role. Now, what is copy trading? Copy trading by definition is you don't have to have skills. You set up your account on a one-time basis, you register, you verify your account, you pick a trader, you fund your account, and then you pick a trader, connect the trader, boom, no hands. Look, Mom, no hands. You can just literally have that trader trade your account. It's easy, it's simple, and you can generate passive income. A lot to like with this model, guys, a lot. Okay. And you can do both. You can have this going on with copy trading. And if you're inclined to do manual trading, you can do that. That's actually what I do. And I know what Robert does. In other words, we have passive and we have active where we want to get in the ring and tussle with the bulls and the bears. That's an unusual day that I get a call on my Android out of the blue. No doubt a scammer. Back over here. Copy trading is a really powerful idea because of the operative word here is passive. It really is something you can make money while you're sleeping. I often get up in the morning. I get up pretty early, but I get up in the morning and trading often has already happened on my account while I was sleeping. How about that? Now here's the transparency check. Is it all positive? No, It's trading. It's real trading. We had a guy come in yesterday. I didn't want to hurt his feelings in our chat. And he says, what's the daily return? Well, you know what their reference point is, right? When the minute that they say that, this is somebody that's been plugged into the ROI deals, the deals where they say, okay, put this amount of money in, you get this kind of return each day. Those inherently, there's going to be a rug pull. There's going to be something bad that happens there, because anybody that is saying that is involved in a Ponzi. Okay. And this is not that. This is real trading. The interesting thing is often we can make money more than a Ponzi, but it's legit. It's real trading. And how it's legit, part of that is the broker. Why is the broker so critical? Well, this broker, actually, when I originally ran across RoboForex, I found reviews all over the place about how good this broker was. And I was like, man, I got to get an account with these guys. I had bookmarked this broker in my browser to come back and get an account later on. Why? Because they were that good. They were on a very short list of ones I wanted to have an account with before I met Robert Russell. Well, then wind the clock forward. It's February. I'm blurry-eyed poking around on my Facebook feed, and all of a sudden up pops this good-looking Irishman. And he said, RoboForex, the home of copy trading, or something like that. I forget exactly. We ought to get that post, Robert, and go back and look at it, because whatever that was, it certainly worked on me. I saw his Facebook post. He's a brilliant, by the way, brilliant marketer on Facebook. He gets lots of leads there, and he can show you how to do that. Anyway, lest I digress. I saw that thing and I went, whoa, wait a minute. So it's not just RoboForex is a good broker. They have a feature that is really cool, because I understood the implications of copy trading. That translates to passive. Passive, if you're an affiliate, that's a big audience. Excuse me. That's a really big audience worldwide. People want to have passive income. Well, copy trading facilitates that. I went, okay, took a look at it, and the rest is history. I got in very quickly. Why this is so significant is, how many companies do you, maybe not, maybe you know people, but people that get in a company, they're enthusiastic about it, and then poof, the company is gone a week later, or a month or two later, or 6 months later, they just blow up and they disappear and they run off in the middle of the night with your money. If you've had that experience, it sure is nice to have an alternative that has the solidity of a company like RoboForex. They were founded in 2009. They're 14 years old. They have, this is an old stat, they have well north of 5 million clients worldwide in 169 countries. Lots of good reviews. You can go on their website and read that stuff. I'm not going to read to you. You know, you can see that lots of unrelated media and press organizations are very enthusiastic about this broker, and that's for good reason. They're a fine broker. They're they're licensed in the country of Belize under the regulatory body there called FSC. They also they participate in something called the Financial Commission, which is a commission that's set up to arbitrate disputes between clients and brokers. They're one of several brokers that are in this commission, and it provides independent arbitration if you do have a dispute and you prevail over the broker that you're affiliated with. If in this case it were RoboForex, you would be compensated up to 20,000 euros. So it's a pretty good faith gesture that they've included themselves in that group. Also, these are the instruments that you're able to trade. There's a pretty good menu of things here: cryptocurrencies, stocks, indices. Not surprisingly, Forex, RoboForex has Forex. Indices is an area that we're particularly enthusiastic about. We have traders and we trade, and we have traders that trade. Some examples of indices are the US 30, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Another one is the German 40. That's the DAX. That is the top 40 German companies. The US 30 is the top 30 industrial companies in the US. There's the UK 100. There's the NAS 100. The NAS 100 is the top 100 NASDAQ companies, and similar indices in Asia and other places around the world. But all of the popular indices are here, as are exchange traded funds, ETFs, soft commodities, things like coffee, cocoa, sugar, corn, et cetera, energies. These two areas, because of the Ukraine war, soft commodities with wheat and soybeans and so forth, and sunflowers, as well as heating oil, natural gas, and all of the energy products, oil, gasoline, and so forth, petrol. those are a lot of people like trading those. There's another item over here that is one of my personal favorites is gold. My big three are US 30, gold, and the DAX. And two of them I do regularly, not DAX as much because I'm not in Europe, but when I am in Europe, I will be trading DAX. Mine are US 30 and gold. But you can choose whatever you want. So that is RoboForex, very solid, very stable broker. You'll see that through and through with all of the reviews. Now, the most important element of this whole equation, if you're copy trading, now not manual trading, but if you're copy trading, is selecting brokers carefully. And we're very, let me just preface this by saying any broker, I personally refer to people that I enroll, and I know I can speak for Robert on this, he's the same way. We make sure that we have skin in the game with that trader, not just, hey, sign up with the trader. I don't have any money with them, but why don't you see if you like them? We don't do that. We put money in with the trader. We want to make sure that trader is good. It has to pass muster with us first. Does that mean the trader won't have losses? No, they will from time to time. This is real trading. Anybody tells you don't have losses, that's a red flag. You want to get very careful about your due diligence. The minute somebody says no losses or they have a fixed return. A fixed return is an indication almost always of a Ponzi. We do not have a fixed return. It changes every day. Some days it's a mild return. Sometimes it's a, wow, he hit it out of the park. Sometimes it's a loss. And with the losses, the objective with the losses, which everybody has, is to keep them small. Lots of small losses and a bunch of, we have a trader that we're very fond of, Zorro 1, 2, and 3. This fella had two approximately $300 losses on a pretty good sized account, around $60,000 in his trading account. And then his third trade of the day was a win for $5,600. So, that was yesterday. And imagine, you have that kind of outcome on your own account. If you have that capital, you could. So what do we look for in traders? What is the criteria that we use to conduct our due diligence on a trader? Are they consistent? Do they produce results that are similar and positive on a consistent basis? This is probably the hardest thing to look for in a trader because it's hard to do that in the markets. The markets are very unpredictable. You have news events, the chairman of the Fed comes out and says something about interest rates, or you have 336,000 new jobs. Well, that has an effect on the markets, right? You don't know that. On Friday, we had that whoa, all of a sudden we got that wild ride, and that, it's hard to do that. Also, that, as I mentioned, keeping the stop losses tight and small. Okay, that's really critical. And the drawdown's low. What's a drawdown? A drawdown is an unrealized loss, a floating loss. Are those low? It's ideal if they are, because if it allows to run and then it continues to go against you, you can have a catastrophic loss. So you want to be very, very mindful of that. Past performance, I always feel like saying, is not an indication of future results. That's true. But it gives you a window anyway into what they've done lately. I like that one because I can see, okay, this last couple of weeks, they've been doing very well. The win ratio in the trades. This one often is misleading. You can have a 50% win ratio and outperform somebody that has a 95% win ratio. Why? Because the win ratio, if you have your losses tight, you should have some losses where you don't get it right. The very best traders in the world have losses. It's a matter of the degree to which they control the risk. That's really the measure. Maybe one we should add to this list, because risk mitigation, I submit, is the most important item. Do they have a means of communicating with you and you communicating with them, meaning Telegram? What are the total number of trades and total number of investors they have under their umbrella? That's a pretty good indication. There's a couple of tools that we're fond of that we use to evaluate traders. One is a tool called MyFXBook. Think of this like the report card in school. When you took your class, at the end of the week or the end of the month, you would get a report card that you take home to your parents and show them how you've been doing. This is that for traders. You have one called MyFXBook and one called FX Blue. And these things tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. If they're set up properly and you're getting a transparent look at the traders, this is a really good means of being able to evaluate their performance. One of our favorite traders is one called Zorro. Zorro 1, Zorro 2, Zorro 3. What's the difference? Zorro 2, if you have $500 and up in an ECN account, is a terrific trader. It's a moderate risk strategy. Zorro 3 is much more aggressive risk. Zorro 1 and Zorro 3 have the same level of risk. Zorro 1, the benefit is that you can get in with as little as $100. If you use a bonus, which we'll show you the mechanics of in a minute, you can actually get in with as little as $50. So there's a catch to that. So we'll explain what that is and how that works. But this is an example of a trader that is a really good trader, trades for institutions, very capable, really putting some terrific gains in people's accounts. This is an example of my FX book. You see here was a very short window into this particular trader. For the week, they had achieved 5.93%. Daily was a little bit over 1%. And look at this, drawdown 1.33. This is really odd to see a low drawdown and that kind of return. And this is something that this trader, we're very enthusiastic about this trader. And there will be a new strategy coming out with this same trader that's the full bore. In other words, a 1-to-1 with what he's trading. This guy often has 6 to 10% days himself. We kind of dial back that kind of result because the risk gets too high and the drawdown is not to people's liking, particularly if they're new. If they're new to trading, that can be a little bit too much. And so we're going to explain how Zorro 4 works at the right point when we have everything ready to roll. And there will be a certain size account requirement and a very important suggestion to maintain a certain amount of money in your account so that if there is a drawdown, you can further fund and provide liquidity in your own account. But will you see Zorro 4 double people's accounts inside of a month fairly regularly? Yes, you will, because he's doing that. You know, you don't need many days at 6%, let alone over 10, which he gets them, several of them in a month, each month. So we're excited about that, but that one is definitely not for everybody. Those that want to play there, I would have you consider perhaps putting, a little bit in that type of an account, but not make it the bulk of your portfolio because it is going to be high risk. Now, the bonus thing that I mentioned, this is the mechanics of the bonus. So if you wanted to choose Zorro 1 as an example, let's say you come up with $100, okay? And you choose the 120% bonus. That turns your capital into 220 of equity, from 100 in equity to 220. And you can, if you use the bonus, you can withdraw your earnings. What you may not do is you may not withdraw your principal, the $100 or the 120 of the bonus, until you have met the requirements of the trading, which is a certain amount of lots traded. Now, if you're in this for the long haul, this is a good deal. If you need your money in 2 weeks, don't do this. Don't do this. In other words, so there is that's the catch. In other words, if you're getting, if you put in $10,000, that would turn it into $22,000. 1% of that in a day is $220. I mean, that's 2%, which we frequently get with traders that we work with. That's $440 a day. If you can swing that kind of money and leave it in there, could you withdraw the earnings? Yes. And the way this works is there's a certain number of required lots that need to be traded to release the bonus and your initial principal. Whatever the dollar amount of the bonus, divide that by 2. Like in this case, the dollar amount of the bonus is 120. It's 100 plus 120%. 120% is 120, total of 220. The bonus amount is 120. Okay, so you take the 120 in value and divide by 2, 220 in equity, divide by 2, and that gives you the answer, the total number of lots needed to trade. $120 divided by 2 is 60 lots. That's a lot of trading. So it'll take a while to earn that out. But in my example, if you had 10 grand as an example, and you put it in there, and you want to, I don't know what a meaningful number for you is, maybe 220 a day or 440 a day isn't. I get that. Some places have very high cost of living. Maybe that's like a fortune where you live. I don't know. That's subjective. Whatever is meaningful to you, if you could put enough money in with the bonus added to generate that kind of a result each day, you can do the math on 1 or 2%. You can adjust these numbers accordingly, and then your account you get access to the initial capital and the bonus amount at the end of that. So it's a very attractive mechanism for many. Now, when you're going to sign up for a trader, so here's the steps again. First step is you get the link of the person that referred you here. Okay, that's your sponsor, your upline. You get their link and you sign up. Then you're going to look for in your inbox actually usually in spam if you use Google, it will be in your inbox, and you're going to need to get that email that you used to sign up. You're going to need to verify it. You're now in step 1 of 4 steps to verify your account. The second step is to submit your ID, and they walk you through this step by step. Don't worry about this. You'll see it. But second step is to verify your ID. Third step is to verify your address. Fourth step is to verify a credit card, or excuse me, a debit card. A debit card like a Visa or MasterCard, and you don't have to use it. You just need to have it on there so they know that it's really you. Now, so those are things. And then when you're getting ready to sign up for the trader, make sure to get your sponsor's trader link. Don't go search for the trader. If they were nice enough to tell you about it and explain that, honor your sponsor. Get their link. Make sure that your buddy is making some money here because they're out working, trying to make a living. Help them do that. Don't go directly to the trader. Get their link. Now, changing gears. Let me ask you a question. You look at this chart. What do you see? Do you see, wow, that looks killer. That's a great result, right? Up and to the right, what's not to like, right? When you first look at that, you go, that's a pretty good outcome, right? Is it? Is it really? I submit, this is a trick question, I admit it. Here's a better and more real example. Notice you have these little dips. What do we call these? Losses. Losses, little shark bites, maybe piranha, maybe goldfish, little tiny bites, then up and to the right. So this trader is a very competent trader, takes a loss to protect your account equity, and then proceeds to make more money. Takes a loss, then proceeds to make more money. And notice it continues to go up, but there's little bite-sized increments along the path. That's good. That's desirable. Don't look at this like a negative. Now, if they're great big, great white bites out of the equity curve, that's not good. You want to see little bites, little tiny bites, little tiny bites, little tiny bites. Okay. There's a book about this. If you have an Amazon account, you can get Tom Hugard's book. This guy is a world-class trader. Has worked at Wall Street firms, has won multiple trading competitions. And guess what? He's one of the best traders in the world, and he takes losses. Why? Because nobody gets it right all the time. And his whole point of this book is the way we've been conditioned as, in our cultures, all over the world, losing is not good. We don't want to lose. Well, in this arena, it's one of the very best things you can do. It's just don't let it run. Cut your losers short and let your winners run. It sounds academic, of course, right? Academically, but it's harder to do than you think when you're in a trade and you think, oh, it'll turn around. It'll come back. That's delusion. Don't do that. I've done that so many times. It just scares me how I can allow myself to do that. This whole book is about trading psychology, not so much the technical analysis, although there's some of that. He has a book, the paperback version, which I happen to have a copy of right here. I have it on my Kindle. You can't see that because of my screen thing in the background. I have the book. I have the Kindle version. I have the Audible version so I can listen to it when I'm on a walk. I like it that much. I bought the book for friends. It's a really, really important read. Now, here's one of the things that, shows an example of small losses. Here's a trader. This actually had a $36 profit, $32 loss, $14 loss, $20 loss, $13 loss, $4 profit, $5 profit, $54 win. Net day on this account, actually, this would be about a break even. $17 is not on this size account. That's relative to the size of account. This would be considered a break even, slightly positive. But this is a good example. He got a few wrong. That's okay. Don't let the ones you get wrong get big. That's not okay. Now, how do you get your money in and out? These are the different methods that are available in many countries, not all. This whole payment process is a country-specific thing because countries have different rules about how you can get your money in and out of businesses like this, of brokerages. Visa and MasterCard are in most countries. A few notable exceptions. India does not have Visa and MasterCard. Crypto is in most countries. A notable exception is the UK doesn't have crypto. Most of the other EU countries, I think all that are open for Robo4X do. The one I'm with, I'll show you, which is Romania. My wife is a Romanian citizen. We have that account set up in Romania. We do have that. Then there are other payments services like AstroPay, ADV Cash, N26, PayPal, Apple Pay, or not PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay. It just depends on where you are. But what I want to show you is, this is an example of the way our account looks. This was a recent screenshot of our account that is in the country of Romania. Bank transfer, lots of different choices on crypto, Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and also bank transfer. You know, if you have a Wise account, as an example, you can get in and out of here really easily in bank transfer or with Visa with Wise. It's free to sign up, very good service and very quick. Here's how you can get your money out. Similar. If you're using crypto, this is one of my personal favorites, is USDT TRC20, the Tron network. It's quick and it's inexpensive. Speaking of which, on Quick, here's an example of USDT TRC20, and this was Robert Russell's account, 2 hours, 29 minutes, 4 hours, 20 minutes, 5 hours, 0 minutes using USDT. 13 minutes on a bank transfer. He has me beat on that one. I haven't ever gotten a bank transfer to do that. And then the next one, it was 22 hours. Go figure. We tell people 2 days, we lie to them, and then when they discover it's quicker, they go, oh, wow, you told me it was longer than that. Cool. I actually, if you use a SafePal wallet, I proved this to Robert Russell the other day. If you use a SafePal wallet with Robo4X, SafePal is available in the App Store, the Pay Store, Play Store, Pay Store. That's funny. You set up that wallet and you use USDT TRC20. I'm not joking. I get it in under 30 seconds with consistency. I mean, it's bam, it's right there when you do a withdrawal. But you see, you've got, this is a stable coin called USDT. This is crypto. This is bank transfer, like the old traditional bank wire or ACH. Here's Visa, MasterCard, 1 day, 15 hours, 1 day. Mine were faster with Wise than this, by the way, quite a bit faster than that. So it just depends on what you're using, but here's the consistent theme. You can get your hands on your money and you don't have to ask anybody. It's convenient and it's quick and it's reliable. Now, what I want to get into is I want to show you something that is, you know, as Albert Einstein put it, the eighth wonder of the world, and this is something called compounding. Let me send you some parameters on how compounding works. I'm going to put this in chat right now, and you can get a look at this, and the calculator that I'm going to show you how to work, you'll have the link for it there. Be sure to click that link before you leave the webinar today. So let me show you how this calculator works. And let me ask you a question. If you were going to engage in Robo4X, if you're like most, you're probably going to do a test account first. Maybe you want to test Zoro One. You say, okay, I'm going to put $100 in there, or 200, or whatever the number is comfortable for you, maybe 500. I have people that do test accounts with 5,000. They are pretty high net worth individuals. They want to test it with a little bit more money. So if it's, you know, they just do that because they can. Whatever number that is for you, there's a day coming that if that test passes muster with you and you go, okay, this is acceptable. I want to get now a number that's a meaningful number. What's meaningful to you? I have no idea. You do, though. You know, what is that number? Depends on where you live in the world. It depends on the cost of living. Here in Seattle, Washington, we got to have a lot of money. The cost of living is outrageous. It's one of the highest in the world, and definitely one of the highest in the US. So we have to earn money. When I go to Romania, it's like, oh, I'm on vacation. The pressure comes off because the cost of living is so much lower. You know, and we actually are probably going to live there for a part of the year for that very reason. In addition to the fact that I can trade the markets at civilized times, unlike here where I have to get up too early. So whatever the number is, once you've done your test, type in chat, what is the money that you would want to put in your account to generate a meaningful return for you? Let's assume the test is passed. You're comfortable with the trader. What is the capital you want to be trading with to get a meaningful result? Knowing that if you traded $500 and you had a 1% return on $500, you'd earn $5. $5,000, that would be $50. $50,000, you would get 5,000. Is that right? No, 500, excuse me. In other words, just use 1%, often knowing that we frequently get more than 2%, but let's just say 1% for the sake of discussion. What is the number you would want to trade with? Go ahead and type that in chat. Once you've done your test, what is the number you want to trade with? Robert Russell says 5K. Using my 1% rule, he would receive $50 on a 1% return on a given day. If it was a 2% return, he'd receive $100 every day during trading days, 20 days a month, most months. What is your number? 1,500, says Leroy. Cool. Thank you, Leroy. Keep them coming, guys. Elder, what is your number? Susanna, what is your number? Abdul, what is your number? Maria, what is your number? Ridwan, what is your number? Sandeep, what is your number? Mana, what is your number? Duarte, what is your number? Flavio, what is your number? Leroy already typed his. Musa, what is your number? Freedom Mastery, I don't know who you are, but what is your number? Nick, what is your number? Baltazar, what is your number? Okay. And there's no right or wrong number here. You know, your resources obviously play a role in this. You don't want to put a number you can't afford to do. Remember, you have to use that overarching rule of put money in, only money in here you can afford to lose. If you use that, then you won't have to look over your shoulder. Okay, we've got several with 500. Robert was 5,000. There's some here 500. I'm gonna just do a slight increase from 500. I'm gonna put in $1,000 here. Okay, and you can build up to this. You don't have to do this initially. Let's say that our interest rate on a daily basis is 7/10. Why would I choose that? Because if we get a 1% return on Zoro 2, and that 1%, you've got a 30% performance fee. The trader gets paid to do what they do. Only paid though when they create a profit for you. So if we took 30% off the top of that 1%, we'd end with a net to you of 7. We got to look at the net number. What are you actually getting in your hands, in your account? After the fees are paid, in this case, it would, if we had a 1% return gross, we would have a 0.7% return net. I hope that makes sense. If you got questions on this, we'll definitely answer them at the end of the call. Let's say that this thing goes for a year. Now, do you want to include all days of the week? No, you want only these 5 days of the week, which is Forex trading. If you're doing crypto trading, you could do all 7 days, but we're doing Forex trading. So the Forex markets are closed on Saturday and Sunday. So let's run this and see what we get. And what do you think this $1,000 is going to turn into in a year? Just type your guess. At 0.7% per day net, what is that $1,000 going to turn into? Let's see what your guess is and how close you are. What will the $1,000 turn into after a year? 6,500, says Robert Russell. Wow, that's a big return. 6.5 times, 650% growth. Wow. What's everybody else think? What is your number? Come on, guys, play with me. Abdul, I see you, but I need to see you typing. What do you guys think your number is? What's the 1,000 going to turn into? Come on, guys. This is the interactive part of the presentation. Okay, I'm going to do it anyway, in spite of non-participation, other than Robert. I'm going to say, wow, Robert Russell was pretty close. Not quite his 6,500, but close. 6,175. Now, let's just pause here for a minute. This looks ridiculous, right? Wait a minute, $1,000 turned into $6,100 in a year. How can that be? It looks crazy, right? Here's the thing. It's not. This is math. This is real simple math. In October, if you earned that return of 0.7% per day, you don't have the whole month left. You've got about 3/4 of the month. You earn $125 on your 1,000. You add that to the balance. You start November with $1,125. In November, you have $186.75 return. You then add that to your balance. You started the month with $1,125. You add this $186 to it. You then start December with a $1,312 balance. guys, this is compounding right here. This is how compounding works. You're seeing compounding come to life right before your eyes. Now, what I want to draw your attention to is you started with 1,000. By the end of February, you got to over 2,000. What might be a good thing to do right there? What do you think? What would be a smart thing to do? How about getting your $1,000 back? How about doing a withdrawal on that $1,000? Pull that $1,000 out of the account. Yeah, you're going to slow your growth down a little bit, but you've completely de-risked. You've gotten your money, your initial seed capital back. This is smart. Take your money out. Get you know what to do with it. You know, you've got other plans for that money. You put 1,000 and now you got 1,000, you start over again, but you're only trading with profit at that point. How cool is that? Right? It's a very powerful idea. So that is something we recommend people do is as soon as you can, get your initial capital out. And if your total account balance has doubled your initial capital, that might be a fine time to do that. If you don't do any withdrawals, that could be very significant. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4 months in, you've done that. Now that's on a 0.7% return. What if you got a 2% return and you took 30% off of that? That's 60 cents, by the way, a $2 number. You'd have a 1.4 net. You'd double this right here. Now, here's what really gets crazy. Keep an eye on this. Remember when we had 0.7 net, you took 1,000 and turned it into $6,100, $6,175. Watch what happens now with 1.4. Do you think that will double? It'll get to $12,000? Watch this. Because, you know, that would be logical, right? But you're not taking into consideration compounding and the exponential growth of compounding. Whoa, wait a minute. $6,000 turned into $37,000. What? You got to be kidding me. And look at how much quicker you've got to $2,000 by the end of December. In fact, before the end of December, you're well over 2,000. You're at 2,300 at the end of December. But if when you get to 2,000, you start over again, you know, you'd probably take your 1,000 out and have 1,300 left. But you see, there's a significant difference when you up this interest rate and you do so with consistency. That's where having a good quality trader really matters. Am I guaranteeing you're going to get 1.4 or 0.7? No, it's real trading. These are estimates at best. But we do see traders achieving this with regularity. What's going to happen this coming week? I don't know. It's real trading. Could it be less? Yes. Could it be more? Yes. But there's a point at which, you know, your account, if you're trading on profits only and your account, you know, ends the year at 37K, watch this when you put in 2 years. This is a real eye opener. So if you like this and you like what you're seeing here, type the word wealth, WEALTH in chat, wealth, because I'm showing you a way, guys, that you can do that. Yeah, Musa says, wow, exactly. Watch this, though. If you really want to wow, remember at 1 year, we were at 37K. Okay, look at this. Boom, 37K. Well, what? We've got another comma in there. Holy smokes, right? Is this possible? Yes. Is it going to happen for sure? No. You know, no. Might it? Yes. It might. You might do better than this. You might do worse. I don't know. But, you know, imagine you have something that has the possibility of doing that. This is how you can really create some significant wealth, guys. And there's a point at which you say, you know what? I want to take some out. I don't want to leave it in there for all this time. Let's say that you get to, I don't know, 50K. Okay. Somewhere in between October of 24, about a year from now, your 1,000 turned into about 50. Let's say you do that. You have the same rate, but now you're going to trade with $50,000, but you want to take out some money. You want to put some money in your pocket, God forbid, right? And you say, okay, I don't want to reinvest 100%. I want to reinvest 50% down here. Watch this. We add another column now. Here's your earnings as it was. Reinvest that goes into your account balance. That's here. Cash out. This is going directly into your pocket. I'm going to do just 1 year because this is just ridiculous on 2 years when you see that. Let me just do one. So in 1 year, on this example, you started your account after you'd earned your way to 50 grand. Okay. And then you started trading from there. Your total earnings on the account are 517. Your account value, because you started with 50, is 308. In your pocket is $250,000. Let that sink in. This is possible. Is it certain? No. No, I would never say that because there's a lot of things that are unpredictable in trading. But what I hope you see here is a powerful wealth creation vehicle. This isn't me making stuff up. This is real numbers, real math. And if you can find a trader, and we have some that we think will be able to do that, you got a tiger by the tail as far as wealth creation. This is generational wealth that can be created if you have diligence about doing this, and you have persistence, and you're stubborn, and you don't give up. If you have those qualities, you're in the right place, because those are qualities that we like, and we like to foster in our organization, in our team. So enough on compounding. I think you see the power of that. This is why, as I said, Einstein, he called this the eighth wonder of the world. In other words, and it really is. It's compound interest is just mind-boggling. So what have we done? I've showed you copy trading, the solidity of the broker, how you get withdrawals, and I've shown you how compounding works, which is the wealth creation. And the coolest part of this, it's passive. If you want to add to it with affiliate stuff, if you want to add to it with additional capital or doing your own trading, all of those things are possible, but you can do the bulk of this is passive. Copy trading, you can be sitting on the couch or doing whatever you love to do, and the money keeps coming in if you've got a really good trader. So it's very, very powerful. So before I get into the affiliate part, just some quick housekeeping stuff. Masterclass is every Monday. This is a really great opportunity to plug in with the master himself, Robert Russell. He will walk you through all of the steps to get plugged into RoboForex. In other words, how do I get my account set up? How do I register? How do I verify? How do I choose a trader? How do I fund my account? All of those and more are contemplated at Monday at 8 p.m. UK time. So you'll need to adjust for wherever you are in the world. 7:30, there's a presentation like this one. Each Tuesday, we have a presentation at 7:30 p.m. UK time. It is a business overview. And then trading training. I think we need to rephrase that. Trader training. Trader training is on Wednesdays. And this is a baby. It's in its infancy, but let me tell you this. I think this will become our most powerful thing. That's my prediction, because Robert Russell, it was his idea, credit where credit's due, and it was a brilliant idea. It's the idea of, why don't we take people by the hand and walk them through the baby steps of getting their own trading going, their own trading setup? How do you install MT4 on your phone? How do you install it on the computer? How do you set a stop loss? How do you set a take profit? Could you take a trade when a trade comes in and you get notified, because you know how to get notified on MT4, because we'll show you, and you get pinged and you go, oh, hey, I got to pay attention. I'm going to go hop on my MT4 and take a trade with the trader. That way I don't have to pay the 30% to the trader on that trade. He's going to get his 30% on the profit he creates. But you can trade with training wheels. Like, remember when you were a little guy or a little gal and you learned how to ride a bike, you had training wheels? This is that. This is training wheels for trading. You get in your MT4, trade comes in, you get pinged, you go, okay, he entered the trade right there. Let me enter a little small one and follow him and do the same thing. How cool is that? And then Robert also will be graduating this class to having this is the 101 class. The 102 will be a paid service. His signal calling, he's doing some of it right now on the house. So get in here early because it won't last. But his signal calling has been absolutely brilliant. I mean, he's been doing calls, here's why I'm doing it. He shows the chart setup. He's doing the top-down analysis to show you the basics of how to do reading price action. So if you want to learn how to trade, this is a perfect kindergarten baby beginning class, but make no mistake, there's real value in getting the basics from somebody that has mastered them. Now, every Saturday we do this that we're doing here. It's the same each Saturday, and we have a drawing. In fact, frequently we will have 2 drawings as we do today. And then After this particular class, part 2 is the Q&A. I get into some of the same stuff, like if you want to learn how to set up your MT4 or get notifications on your, on your phone. Those are easy things to do. And I do that on Saturdays after this. In other words, we just roll it right into that. And if you're interested in going ahead or you want more details, get together with the person that introduced you, your sponsor, your upline. Also, make sure to take a picture of this site. I want to just show you this site real quick. It's called timefreedomteam.xyz. This is a team site of ours. And what it does is it gives you a central place that is available 24/7. You can have prospects see and be exposed under step number 1. They can get plugged in and connected to our group and to our YouTube channel on step number 2. Get your link from your sponsor, and this is step 3. In other words, when somebody wants to engage, step 4 is follow the directions under the green button. And it will show you how to enroll, how to get verified, all the steps involved. Just follow the bouncing ball, right? In other words, follow the directions carefully. When you have the link of the person who referred you, step number 5 is repeat steps 1 through 4. That's it. Simple, simple. I'm going to put that in chat right now. Okay. Be sure to click this one and favorite place that site. That is our team site. Now, what I'm going to get into very quickly is the affiliate program, and then we'll bring this in for a landing. The affiliate program, very, very quickly, it's simple. It works. You can withdraw your money and you can compound that money if you choose to put that money in your trading account. So you can do what you want. It's your earnings. You earn this, different components of the comp plan. There's 2 major components. One is you can refer other people to a trader and you get paid depending on how the trader splits the money with you. The traders that we're using right now, they have a 30% performance fee that is each week. It computes on Saturday. They figure out, the system actually figures out whatever the profit is. And then the trader splits that. If you bring the client to the trader, your link was used. In other words, your trader link, the trader splits that with you 50-50. What is that? That's 15% to the trader, 15% to you. So as your stable of clients grows and their enthusiasm about the trader grows, they tend to put more money in with the trader. You're getting a raise all the time as that trader's doing a good job and your clientele is sticking around with that trader. You get that money each week. The other parts of the compensation plan, the broker fees, you get paid that on a daily basis. And you can take that out immediately. You can leave it in. You can compound it. You can do whatever you want with it. It's your money. So here are those actual steps. The daily returns from your trader, of course, you earn that money yourself. People that you refer, you get a percentage of profit that I just described. Whatever the trader split is, you get usually half of that and the trader gets the other half. And that often is of a number of 30% of the profit. The client is only paying money when the trader has earned profit for them. Only in that situation. They're not paying a fee unless profit has been earned. Then there's a 5-tier part of the plan that can be as much as 35%. This is on the the broker fees through 5 levels. And there's a bonus once a month that gets paid out, which is pretty cool. So here's the example of here's you earning money from the trader. You put in $5,000, you get a 23% return. You have $1,150 gross. Remember, you said, okay, I'll pay you, trader, each week. When you earn me, a profit like that, I'll pay 30%. Here's that math. You walk away, your takeaway is $805. So you had 5,000, you start next month with 5,805. There's compounding, guys, working right before your eyes. Okay. Let's say that you have some friends and your friends say, hey, I like that thing you're doing. How did you come in? Well, once I got rid of my test. I did a test for, $100, $500, whatever it is. Then I came in a little heavier. Let's say they do the same thing. So 5 friends come in with 5,000. There's 25,000, 23% gross profit. There's 5,750 in gross profit. Multiply that times 0.3. There's the gross commission. There's the performance fee. But remember, the trader said they'd split it with you if you bring the clients, and all of these clients used your trader link. You get $862. Ding, ding, ding. That's pretty cool, right? Then you also get paid over 5 tiers. All of the fees that the broker charges, you get a piece of all of those fees. And you get a piece of the fees from people on your team that are bringing in clients as well through 5 tiers of compensation. You also get a bonus each week that is paid on this 5-tier compensation, you get a bonus of 10% if you have earned between 100 and 500 during the previous month on the 5 tiers. You get a 10% bonus. You get $50 on the first of the next month. If you've earned between $500 and $30,000, you get a 15% bonus. You earn up to 4,500. And then if you're earning over 30,000 in the 5-tier part of the plan, you are a superstar marketer. You get 20%. It starts at $6,000 and then goes up from there as long as you're over 30,000 in monthly earnings from the 5-tier part of the plan. Let me give you an example of a real life example. That good looking fellow from Ireland, none other than Robert Russell. Mr. Russell, how much are you earning on average per week?
So on average now, it's been happening for months between 700 and 1,000. You could say most weeks. Yeah.
What's your high water mark in one day?
1,200.
You know that number. I could tell.
Yeah, very well. I won't forget that day.
See, and that's what's possible. And how long have you been aboard?
Exactly 11 months today.
Okay. I haven't caught him yet, but I want to, and I'm gonna at least give him a race. And you guys could too. You could race both of us. And that there's no losers in that race, by the way. You know, if you're doing great, that means your team is doing great. It's pretty cool. And again, you don't have to do any of this part. If you just want to be a client, we love you. But if you do want to accelerate your money that you can trade with, what a fine way to do it by inviting others, and others come and say, hey, I like this. I want to get in. So thank you, Robert. So what I've shown you on the affiliate plan is it's simple. It works. You can withdraw the money anytime you want. When you've earned money, you can withdraw it. You can do with it what you want. You don't have to ask anybody. It's your money. You know, you want to go pay for groceries or pay the rent, pay the mortgage, buy a car, depending on the size of your account, you can do that. And you also have the choice of adding it to your trading accounts. So you have earnings from the affiliate part. Could that money go into your trading accounts and accelerate your compounding? Yes, very powerful. If you think those numbers were compelling, try putting in more capital. And all of a sudden you start to get not just to a meaningful number, but a number that's a holy smokes number. It's possible, and you can do that. Now we're going to get into the fun part of the day. This is the time I always wanted to be a game show host. And now I get my chance. So the rules are this. Unfunded clients can enter the drawing. There's one drawing entrant per Zoom login. So if you're on a Zoom, you can't have your 3 or 4 or 10 pals in the background. They all have to have their own Zoom account and be logged in themselves. Okay. So one entrant per Zoom. The entrants in Zoom must be on Zoom at start and end, not show up 5 minutes before the drawing. That doesn't cut the mustard. We want them here for the presentation. And there's 120% bonus to be used. This is something that we've added. We had occasion where people would win the drawing, then run off with $100 and go buy beer or do whatever they were doing. That's not what it's for. It's to show people how this works. We're willing to give them the $100, but they have to use this account type, this mechanism in the account called a bonus, because we want to make sure that they see how the trading works. And they will be able to, can you withdraw the earnings? You can, but your account won't compound as fast. If you allow your account to compound, then you're also going to burn through the necessary lots that you need quicker. If you like it, you could do that and add capital to it, and it will accelerate yet further. It'll go even faster that you burn through the lots specified on that account. So the bonus is explained in the Robo4X terms, but the basic idea is whatever the bonus amount is, divide by 2. That's the number of full lots that you need to have your account trade. And the more trading you're doing, if you're doing manual trading, in addition to copy trading on that account, that will accelerate that process. So you must agree to allow us to publish your name and picture. So this, again, not optional. If you work for a government agency or something like that, where you're reluctant to do that, then don't participate in the drawing, because we will require that. Money will be delivered once your account is verified, and we will help you set up the 120% bonus for total equity of 220. So them's the rules. Now we're going to get into the fun stuff and actually see it happen. Here's an example, by the way, of, I did this myself. I created I put in $100 and then I chose the $120 bonus. This is the way it shows up on literally a screenshot right from the back office in RoboForex. There is a $120 account that now looks, or $100 account that now looks like $220 in equity. It is $220 in equity. So here we go. Let me get over to the drawing. Robert, if you could, you're my Vanna White today.
Yeah, a lot of work happening in the background, a lot of names, and especially
Good.
you people, affiliates, were very busy in inviting prospects to the call. I have the winner of that, so I'll announce it after this draw first.
Okay.
Okay,
This is the draw. This is the draw now. If you fit this criteria, if you are a guest and you've never seen this before, you can play. If you have seen this before, but you haven't funded, you can play. If you have registered, you can play. If you have registered and verified, you can play. If you have funded, you cannot play. There's the line. So if you put money in your account, and we'll find out. So don't put your name on if you have, done that. We want to make sure it's fair to everybody and that it's clear. Also, we're going to have a second run at the list because sometimes we've had an occasion that people didn't listen carefully. We did the drawing. Somebody wins. And they go, "Oh, I didn't know I had to give you my picture and my name." Well, those are in the rules. That's why we read them. Or they have funded their account already. Sorry, you shouldn't have participated because you're not eligible to participate. We'll find out. So be honest. And with all of that said, you do have a very good shot at winning, but we are going to run it. We're going to do a second draw because we want to make sure if the first winner is unable to participate for one reason or another, we're going to have a backup winner. So with that said, Robert, what's the first name?
Okay, Sarah.
Sara or H?
H, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have Cristiano. We have the phone, the Samsung phone. So that
Samsung, what's your name?
Yeah.
Type your name in chat, Samsung. I'm not going to type Sam. Susanna. Okay.
No, that Susanna is a different lady.
Oh. I'm going to let you, because you've been tuned in more on the names. I'll be your assistant.
Folks, there is a few people that joined the Zoom late, and I have seen this. And folks, apologize. I won't be entered into the draw. He's come in the last 10 or 15 minutes. So it's not fair to the people that has been on from the very, very start.
Yep. That is one of the rules. You got to be here for the presentation, not just for the drawing, because that means that you're not serious about doing the Forex. And that is what this is about. So show up on time, you can win. Show up late or come late, you can't win. You can't participate.
So you had Sarah, you had Cristiano. We can put down Samsung. We will get to that name.
Samsung, please type your name in chat, because if you win and we don't have your name, we're not going to pay you.
Are they on the call? It doesn't look like it.
Samsung's not on the call?
Nope, I can't see it.
Okay, well, then they can't be in the drawing.
Yeah. So we have, I'm trying to think, I want to check to make sure they're here. Freedom, Mastery.
Same thing, we need your name, Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Howard.
Howard?
Okay.
I typed it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Howard.
And we have Helen.
Helen.
We have Karen.
Is that Helen? Helen, you've been here before, correct? Because I always recognize her name. It's 2 L's.
Yes, I think it's a guest of yours, if I'm correct.
I think so.
Yeah.
Helen, you haven't funded, have you?
Not yet.
Okay, that's okay. Where are you from, Helen? I wanted to say either Nigeria. I talked to a lot of people, so I apologize if I don't remember. Are you from Nigeria or South Africa? Helen?
Yes,
Are you from, what country are you from?
Kenya.
What was it?
Kenya.
Kenya.
Kenya. Okay.
Kenya. Yeah.
It was kind of muffled. I couldn't hear the audio well.
Okay. We
Okay.
have Karen.
Karen?
Yeah. Karen.
Okay.
David.
Okay.
Nick.
Nick?
Yeah. Susanna.
With a Z or with an S?
Susana. We have Leroy.
Sí.
Okay.
I'm going to double check now, Robert, because there's a lot of names on the chat, but I do know who was late and who was early. Okay, we have, I know Flavio, Flavio was on early. Yeah, that's okay. Elder, was Maria in early? Because I'm struggling to find Maria Gomez.
Right. Is the went in a Zoom in a 5 o'clock and he's been out and after back again. I don't know where he's now anyway.
You have to
I
be
got
on
a
the
photo.
call.
Huh?
You have to be on the call, folks, from the start of the call to the very
You
end.
have to be
That's
here
it.
in order to win.
He's been in a 5 o'clock, he went a bit and come back again. Because people he said for me, no understand anything. But if
Yeah,
he's gone, he's gone. Can't do anything, you know.
They have to be here to win.
yeah. Okay. Bear with me, folks. So we have one more name I could see was in from the start. Was Ridwan, Ridwin.
RIDW
A-N.
Ridwan. Okay. Whoops.
And then we have one more, Robert, and that's us. Jack J. I'm trying to figure out J-A. Guys, can we stop talking in the chat because I can't? Jaquim. Quim.
Joaquim.
Yeah. So, folks, these are the names have been on the call within the first 15, 20 minutes. People that have joined after this won't be entering the call, folks. We have the rules. We have to stick to them.
I like how he says that. They have the rules.
Yeah, we have rules, folks, and people did come in at 5:40, 5:45. So
That can't do that. You got to be here for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And at the end on the drawing. So them's the rules. If you want to participate, that's what we do because we want to make it fair to those that are here and making the commitment.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've got Sarah, Cristiano, Howard, Helen, Kenya. Kenya isn't, is it? That was where Helen is from. I don't know why I typed that there. There isn't somebody named Kenya, is there?
no.
Okay, I want to get rid of that because that'll hurt the overall drawing. Hang on. Helen from Kenya. I'm going to jot that down because I should know that, but I don't. I will try to next time, Helen. No offense. I've not been to your country. I haven't been to your continent. Haven't been to your continent yet, but I'm going to change that, I think, this coming year. So we have Helen, we have Karen, David, Nick, Susanna, Leroy, Flavio, Ridwan, and Joaquim.
Yeah.
Anybody else? And it's, oh yeah, it's the more traditional spelling, Joa. I played with a guitar player named Joaquim. Joaquim, are you Portuguese or are you from Brazil by chance, Joaquim? That's a common name in those countries. Okay, anybody else? Last
Hey,
call
Robert,
for guests.
Bear
Yes.
with me. I might have missed one. This is my fault, folks. I'm just going right back to the very start of the call. Musa, M-U-S-A. I knew I missed one.
Okay, Musa.
M-U-S-A. Yeah. He was here from the very, very start.
Okay.
And that's it.
Chime in, guys. Don't be shy. You could win $100. Make sure if you're eligible, you know, we're equally enthusiastic about making sure you participate. If you've been here and you're eligible to play. You really can win $100. No kidding.
Go ahead, Robert.
Okay. We good?
Yeah.
Last call. TikTok. Type your name or forever hold your peace. All right. Let's get ready to rumble. Boom. Here we go. Oh, is it going to be Karen or is it going to be David? It is David. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Whoa.
Congratulations, David. Where is David on here? Where is David?
Yeah. Can David unmute if you're on the call?
If you're not on the call, you can't win. We're going to do the drawing again. So make sure you stick around.
Yeah.
If you're not here, sorry, man. Them's the rules, and we stick by them. We've done this long enough that we figured out, you know, people are very creative. We've discovered that. You give away free money. It's amazing how innovative some can be. David, you're not, is David here? No, David.
No, 5
Good.
seconds. 5 seconds, folks. We will draw again.
4, 3, 2, 1. David is out. Okay, we're going to remove David. Man, he should have stuck around. Too bad for him. Okay, good for the rest of you guys. Are you ready for round 2? Let's go. Second chance for everybody on the list. Sarah, Cristiano, Howard, Helen, Karen, Nick, Susanna, Leroy, Flavio, Ridwan, Joaquim, and Musa. Boom. Who's it going to
Robert,
be?
there is a
Is it Ridwan?
delay. There is a delay when you say the winner. This thing hasn't stopped. Oh my God, Musa has won the
Musa
prize.
got in at the
Oh.
end and stuck around, didn't he? Yes, he did. Nicely done, Musa.
Musa,
Musa,
okay.
where are you
Wow,
from?
so what does that mean for me?
Where are you from, Musa?
Gambia,
Gambia. Oh man.
West
I
Africa,
knew-
yes.
Who invited you here?
Osman Moribe.
Yes, yes,
Ah.
yes.
Very nice. Well, you and I will have to have a talk. I don't want to bore everybody else to tears, but you have tarpon in the Gambia River and off the coast of Gambia that are the largest in the world. I've seen the
Yes,
pictures and you can fly fish for them. And I want to find out for myself what these tarpon look like. So you may get some very special love. Not me, you probably will. Usman has been very, very diligent. So let me get a screenshot of this. We do need to do a second draw just to fulfill the obligation. If for any reason you can't participate, then we need to have somebody win each time we do it. So I've gotten that screenshot of you. This is now for the backup, guys. This is the
Okay.
backup draw. But Musa, assuming nothing gets in the way of you getting that squared away and working, first draw.
So, Missa, I think you're in my messenger group and your upline is in that group. So if you can get him to contact me and we will sort of zoom out between the three of us and get you funded.
Okay. My upline is Osman Moribe.
Yeah, yeah. You're on the messenger group, aren't you, on Facebook Messenger?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
on
that's
Messenger,
okay.
Messenger.
Yeah.
And Telegram. I'm on Telegram also.
Okay.
Okay, so Musa, we're going to do another draw now. If everything goes to plan, you're our first chair. Now we're doing the backup. So you have
Okay.
been removed from the list since you won the first one. Now we're going to do the backup. So most importantly, congratulations. And you and I will talk about those tarpon in the Gambia River later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. All right, here we go. Backup, round 2. Boom. I'm being careful not to announce it too early. Oh, squeaker. Ooh. Karen, is Karen here?
Yes, I am.
Terrific. Karen Law. Where are you from, Karen?
Toronto.
Toronto. Sadly, the US and Canada are not open. So sorry for that. Canada, there are several countries that are unable to play with RoboForex. The US and Canada are two of the big ones. So sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you.
And I do love your country, by the way. You have some of the biggest fish in the world. Oh no, Did I say that? I kid, but it's true. The Canadian trout, I have a very fond spot for them. Okay, I'm gonna remove you from the draw here. We're gonna do it again. So here we are doing the backup. This is why we do this, guys, because we find things out that weren't immediately apparent. So we're gonna do the draw yet one more time for the backup chair behind Musa Jallo. Okay, here we go. Yep, from Portugal. Come on down. I think he's from Portugal. Maybe I shouldn't have made that. Joaquin was from Portugal, but I'm betting Cristiano is also. Cristiano, am I right?
No, I'm not from Portugal. I'm from Italy.
Italy.
Oh, Italy.
Okay.
Wow.
It could have been.
It's not
Romania.
Ronaldo.
that name is popular there. The Latin language or
Yeah.
the Latin mother between Italian, Romanian, Portuguese, Spanish, that they use Christian or sometimes Cristiano.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in any event, congratulations. Hopefully, if you are not put into the first chair, come back if you haven't funded by next week and you can play again.
Okay.
But if the first chair, if something doesn't work out with Musa, then you will move into first chair.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome. Thanks for playing.
And now, folks, for our second prize of $100 funded Robo4X account, this gentleman has been very, very busy. I think he had at least 5, if not 6 people
Get
invited
out.
to the call.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How did he win? What
This
did he
guy
do?
won by inviting people to the webinar today, just telling them about the webinar, and he invited his prospects to the call. So, folks, this is going to be happening more often on Saturdays.
No, wait a minute. He invited 5, did you say?
Yeah, 5 people.
So that means he got paid $20 for every invite, huh?
Yes.
Is that what that is? Did I get that right? In
That's
other words,
correct,
5
yeah.
people, he wins $100.
Yeah.
$20 every time he said, hey, you want to come with me and take a look at something I'm involved with? I don't know if it's for you or not, but I'd like you to take a look with me and kick the tires.
Yeah.
If it's not for you, no harm, no foul. You took a look, you played, good on you. He got $20 each for that.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
So, folks, I'm going to congratulate the winner. Mr. Leroy Lawson is the winner of the $100 funded
Nice.
Robo4X account.
Nicely done.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah, so I
Thank
know
you.
who you are, so this is going to be easy enough solved. So we can get in touch and we'll get you funded probably tomorrow or Monday morning. We'll get the $100 into your account. And for Musa as well, get in contact with your upline and we will get that Zoom call sorted as well. And we'll have it up and running, hopefully, folks, by Monday.
Now, could Leroy win again next week?
Absolutely. All he has to do is do the exact same thing. Invite your prospects to the call, folks. The more you have, the better the chance you have to win. And then your prospect might even win the $100. So it's a 1-1.
Or you might win the 100. You don't even have to have your account funded as you have to be verified, registered and verified as an affiliate, but you actually don't have to have any money in your account. Remember, the line on the initial drawing is funding. Could you be an affiliate for free? Yes. Could you play in the drawing and win the affiliate part if you've got hustle? Yes and yes. Now, what I'd ask everybody else, could you do what Leroy did? He made $20 on each invite that he did that got here. Not a bad payday.
Mhm.
You know, let that sink in. Leroy needs some competition. Don't let Leroy win next week. Or give him a run for his money. Give him a test. You get my point. In other words, you know, this is a thing where it's wide open and it's just paid on the basis of who has the most hustle and who gets the results. Whatever Leroy's doing, you know, it's working. Could you do the same thing? Yeah. You know, you might start with, hey, I've got this financial trading thing I'm involved in. Every Saturday they do a drawing, no kidding. And I'd like to have you come and take a look. You'll know right away whether it's for you or not. If it isn't, no harm, no foul. Thanks for taking a peek. But if it is for you, you know, you're going to have also an opportunity on the call to win $100. So do me a solid and show up. And again, if it's not for you, no harm, no foul. I'm not going to twist your arm. We're still friends. That approach can get you a lot of guests. Just make it so it's not weird. Make it so that they're going to show up and it's comfortable for them to show up. You know, and clearly Leroy, whatever he did, got results. So, you know, that little script I just gave you is one I use and have used for 30 plus years. I learned it a long time ago and it works. Something to show you. You may or may not be interested. It's at Saturday at 5 p.m. UK time. Here's the link. Get them. Don't explain it too much. You know, you don't want to get into too much detail because you're actually kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you do that. You just want to keep it simple. It's financial trading. They're going to explain everything. I want you to see it the way I saw it. I don't want to ruin the movie for you. They'll show up. And if you make it so that it's quick, it's not weird. It's not some, hey man, I got you, you know, you got to show you got to sign up, you know, none of that. Just have them come. Make it so it's not weird. They're going to show up. They'll take a look. That's the whole objective. It's just to get an exposure. If we do our job and we're doing the heavy lifting for you, can your guests do what you did? And the answer is yes, they can. If you make it so it's comfortable, then they'll go, well, yeah, I could do what Leroy did. He just asked me to come and take a peek. He said, it's cool if it's not for me, but I've got a good shot at winning $100 and it's true. Yeah, I'll come. And see, when you do that, you're doing the most important thing there is in the affiliate part, which is getting butts in the seats. We're now going to reward the top recruiter each call. The person that gets the most guests becomes the top recruiter in no time, because it's a numbers game. Leroy got 5 guests today. Chances are real good. 1 or 2 of them, at least, maybe more, but almost always 1 or 2 of those is going to sign up. So if you want to get, 3 or 4 signups, double what Leroy did. That's the numbers. It's a numbers game. You're always going to, now, Leroy, let me ask you a question. Can you unmute, Leroy?
Sure.
How many did you invite in total? Not the 5 that showed up, but how many did you actually talk to?
Well, I sent messages to maybe 20 people.
I rest my case, Your Honor. I knew that before you answered, because it's always the case. It's the same thing. So he invited 20, 5 showed up. So he's got a 25% success rate. You can become wealthy with a 10% success rate. Let that sink in. But it's not 100%. You invite 20 people, 20 don't show up. If you want 5 to show up, invite 20. You want 10 to show up, invite 40. Simple. And he did what it was necessary to win. And why I'm emphasizing all this is something we're really trying to drive, because, no great secret here. If we have the guests show up and we have the numbers show up, that will show up in recruiting, that will show up in people's incomes, and that helps everybody. So that's why we're really making it simple and giving a nice incentive to reward the correct behavior, more than the behavior, the outcome. That was a good outcome. 5 guests is good.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Leroy.
Yeah, thankful. Great point that you made there, for sure. You will have to invite more than you expect to actually show up, for sure.
That's right. And it's always the same. I've been doing this for a long while, and it never varies. In other words, and if you're getting a number of 25%, you're a very good recruiter. Whatever you're doing is effective, because often the numbers are less than that. It's not uncommon to see 10%. So if you want 3 to show up, you've got to invite 30. You don't have to be all that good. You just have to be busy and just, I got something I want you to see. It's on are you free on Saturday at 5 p.m. UK time? Yes. Great. No. Okay. I'll call you next week. Get off the call, get on the next call. Right. But if you have that, that, yes, I am terrific. It involves financial trading. I'm excited about it. It starts again, as I said, at 5, and it may or may not be for you. I don't know, but I want you to see it. So can you do me a solid and be there at 5 on Saturday? I'll shoot you the Zoom link. And they usually go, yeah, all right, I'll play. The most important phraseology in there is it may or may not be for you, because if you say that, then they go, okay, so I can say no, and you're not going to do any arm twisting. That's right. I'm not. I want you to see it the way I saw it. It's comfortable. If you like it, you'll plug in, it'll resonate with you. If it's not for you, cool, we're still friends. Okay. That's a very good psychology to employ when you're doing invitations. it works. Because they feel the confidence. I don't need you. It may or may not be for you. That lowers their guard a bit too, doesn't it? In other words, because they go, okay, so he said it's okay to say no. Yeah, it is. No problem. So there you have it.
Robert, another, as it says, guys, another powerful presentation. Congratulations to the winners. Leroy, you put